and welcome to this new thing that I'm doing called Wrestle Talk. Wrestle Talk, hosted by me, the HD at the end of the day. Apologies for seeming a little bit nervous that this is all new to me. It's a live stream. And I do these often, these records. I do the records often. I do Raw reviews and sometimes predictions on the other occasions as well. But I thought, yeah, why not? It'll be cool to put it in to a video. Now, the duration of this live stream, guys, is 1 to 1.5 hours. That's the duration. So I don't know, whatever time this finishes, if this finishes, then it finishes. So this is live. You will see this. If you're not here, don't worry about it. You're going to see it on my YouTube page, AJW Wrestling Matters, which will all be on there. So without further ado, ladies and gents, boys and girls, children of all ages, I will talk about the Raw review, give my views and opinions on Monday Night Raw, and give my SmackDown predictions. Apparently, there's only 5 matches that have been signed for the for the pay-per-view. So I'll give my predictions on them and my thoughts on that. And if I have time, I'll talk about anything else that's relevant and a little announcement in the pipelines for the podcast as well. And I'll promote my podcast. So without further ado, ladies and gents, let's get on with the Raw review. So Monday Night Raw. Now, I will say this, guys, at least in my opinion, Monday Night Raw was 10 times better than last week's, but only just, though. Because I don't know about you, but last week's Monday Night Raw was boring to me. It didn't captivate me. It didn't grab my attention or anything. And I was hoping when I first signed up to watch this today. Only just, it was still a little bit average to me. It was good on the go-ahead because it was a go-ahead show, and it was good because, at least in my opinion, it was promoting the main event. And, you know, it didn't have like Jerry Lawler or King or Cole, Jerry Lawler, King, or King, Cole, and JBL, sorry, you know, running their mouths off about it, talking about it every 5 minutes they had the chance, which will bore me to death. But other than that, it was quite a good Raw. There were some bullshits to it. I will say that there were some bullshit parts to it and some BS about it. So without further ado, I'll talk about it. And it started off, what a surprise, it started off with the Authority. Triple H, Stephanie, Kane, Seth Rollins, Rusev, Lana, and the newest member, for what it seemed, Luke Harper, coming down with Joey Mercury and Jamie Noble in tow. Triple H talks about how Vince McMahon set this stipulation up for the Survivor Series a few weeks back. You know, that when he made that surprise appearance. Triple H talks about how the fans would want the Authority to be removed from power, and they start a yes chant. Stephanie taunts them. He says fans are sheep and need someone to follow them. You know, Triple H takes a shot at the WCW and says the inmates ran the asylum there and they won't let it happen in WWE. He goes on to praise Team Authority, you know, and says Team Authority will decimate Team Cena, yada, 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 yada. And apparently Harper tells Stephanie that he's a team player. Okay. Ryback comes out. And Ryback comes out to a Feed Me More chant. And he says that Cena wants what's best for WWE. The Authority wants what's best for the business. And Ryback wants what's best for Ryback. Excuse me. Now, Stephanie apologizes for what happened last week, and as does Kane. And it definitely shows a clip from last year with a feud between Ryback and Cena mocking him, trying to bring back the past. And saying that Cena's jealous of the big guy, this, that, and the other. I mean, come on, Stephanie, do a better job in trying to. If you want to like, manipulate him into coming on your side, you got to do a better job than that. Don't bring something up that happened last year, for Pete's sake. And then Ryback didn't fall for it because he turned around and said he plays for Team Ryback. Going into the Raw, we all knew that, you know, there's a free agent. Team Cena, he wasn't on Team Cena due to his attack on Cena, that spine buster. And he made it clear that he wasn't on Team Authority as well when he attacked the whole team. I believe that was in last week's Raw, if I remember. So where did Ryback land? And it was crystal clear this past week on SmackDown that he wasn't going to be on Team Authority with the stare down, because he literally beat the crap out of Kane with that steel chair. And trust me, that was best for business as well, because Kane needed that, believe me. So where does this leave Ryback? I guess we find out at the end of the program. More on that later. Now, the Authority set up a match between Dolph again and Luke Harper. Now, this went 50-50 for me, in my opinion. 50-50 because, one, WWE screwed Ziggler again. What a joy. However, Luke Harper is now the Intercontinental Champion. But what pissed me off about the whole thing was the fact that Luke Harper had to have the Team Authority step in and beat the hell out of Ziggler to allow Luke to win the championship. Now, am I pissed off that Luke Harper's the champion? No, I'm not. Am I pissed off they screwed this? And I'm also 10 times pissed off that the Authority, the Cruiserweight division included, had to ruin it. I mean, come on. Did that really need to happen? Seriously? Come on. Now, this questions me. I saw this on Raw. Where does this leave Luke Harper as the Intercontinental Champion? Is he going to have a title reign? Say the Authority loses at Survivor Series. And remember, Ziggler's got a rematch clause. He's going to get a rematch anyway. Is this going to be like a Kane and Stone Cold back in '98, where Kane won beat Stone Cold thanks to a little bit of help in the First Blood match in '98. 24 hours later, he lost. Is it what's going to happen to Luke? Are they going to have Luke Harper win the Intercontinental Championship the way he did, and then lose it, say, November 24th, hypothetically speaking, on Raw after Survivor Series? You know, that's my question on it. I hope not, to be fair. But, you know, like I say, it's 50-50 with that one, in my opinion. But, yeah, good one, Authority. Screwing Ziggler again. Fucking WWE, god damn it. Anyway, the next match, or the next segment on Raw, after the match as well. There was a beatdown after the match as well, but that was just a statement made to John Cena. The next segment, I am not even going to talk about. All I'm going to say is this. Miz, Damien Sandow, Grumpy Cat, and I refuse to talk about it. Okay? Grumpy Cat has no business being on Raw. Whoop-de-doo, he's a big star from YouTube. No one cares. Man, and there's a guest host next week. No one cares about these guest hosts. If If you're going to get a guest host, WWE, get it an interesting one that's going to captivate the attention of the audience that watches the program. Otherwise, they're going to tune in, see this guy, and then turn off. I don't know I can't remember who the next guest host is, and I don't really care, to be fair. But anyway, Adam Rose and Tyson Kidd. I'm glad Tyson Kidd won with the sharpshooter. The Bunny flirts with Natalia and distracts Rose, leading to Kidd getting a sharpshooter win. Now, this guy, Adam Rose, is supposed to be coming out as a babyface. But he's beating up the thing. He's beating up Bunny. You know, and the turning heel. Because that's what it is. He's trying to turn heel. But people still keep cheating him. I mean, I read on the dirt sheet that they turned him heel to beat up the Bunny the first time. But WWE still had him being a babyface on live shows. And I'll say this, I'll say this once and I'll say it again. Does anyone know what to do in WWE with Adam Rose? If it comes to a point, get him back on NXT, put him back on NXT, because it doesn't seem... I'll tell you what, have him swap positions. Shut him back on NXT and put Tyson Kidd to Raw full time. I say that because he's still on NXT about Tyson Kidd, although he's getting some exposure on Raw and SmackDown, which he rightfully deserves, by the way. He absolutely deserves. I mean, he should be on Raw and SmackDown full stop, quite frankly. I mean, it just makes no sense the way that the WWE is trying to book Adam Rose. I mean, if he's going to be a heel, let him be a heel. Maybe a heel turn will do him the world of good. I don't know. But I've never been a big Adam Rose fan, and I'm a Tyson Kidd fan, so it's good to see. It was good to see him get a win. I'm not even going to go with this Kofi Kingston, Xavier Woods vignettes that have been playing as well, because I have no idea what's going to happen with that. And all I can say is this: I'll talk about that when they actually show up on Raw, and it actually happens, because I have no idea. It's just idiotic to me. They're trying to revamp the end. I think they tried to do this before. They tried to revamp the Nation of Domination. It seems that they took the old cat gimmick from WCW and put on both of them. The James Brown gimmick, 3-time karate champion. All right, these two are not 3-time karate champions, but the old gimmick, I'm the greatest, and trying to beat James Brown. Not for me, fam. Not for me. Ryback versus Cesaro. Now, Ryback came to the ring, gets a pop. We go to commercial break. Again, with these commercial breaks, WWE, it ruins everything. Back from the break, out comes Cesaro to his Perry Saturn music. If there's anyone that needs a song change, I'm sorry, I like Cesaro, but if there's anyone that needs a song change, it's him. That's just my opinion. And this was a good match. I mean, these two could literally these two could have a good match at the pay-per-view. Good hard-hitting, smash-mouth match for what it was, for the time that they had. As always, Cena was backstage walking. Keeping a close eye on Ryback, I think. Or at least a chance. Let's see what I call it as well on Cesaro, but it turned out it didn't, because Ryback won. And then after the match, Cena's backstage with Renee Young. Cena says he just can't, he can just hope that his team is there for the contract signing, and then they take out the authority for the Survivor Series. We go to a commercial break, but we go back to the ringside. I think we go to a commercial break, whatever, but we go back to ringside, and the United States champion appears, Rusev. Now, Rusev, again, we go back to the ring. He comes out. they do their traditional promo on the United States and everything, and bashing the United States and that. And she brings up Kim Kardashian's photo that has been in the news, but says it can't compare to her Russian figure. She has a point. And that gets a pop. It does. She has a point. You know, she has a good point. And one thing leads to another, and then Heath Slater comes to the stage with new theme music, dressed like Uncle Sam. Slater says he and everyone else in America want Lana to shut up. Slater approaches the ring and he is ready to fight for the bell and calls Rusev a son of a... Bell rings and Rusev immediately nails a kick to his face. Says a lot, really, doesn't it? Fadge USA, but the Anaconda, the camel clutch submission hold that Rusev uses to win, and Rusev, when I say Rusev, it's a tongue twister in itself. Rusev wins the match with his move. After the match, they pose over Slater as the Russian flag drops down. Backstage, I refuse to even talk about it. Although Eric Rowan walks in and wants Grumpy, he settles for Grumpy stunt double instead and walks off with it. Wow. What is wrong, WWE, when it comes to entertainment? I mean, I'm a wrestling fan. I look for wrestling, but I mean, really. Anyway, Big Show makes his way to the ring as we go to a commercial. Back from the break, and Stephanie interrupts. Stephanie knocks Show for always being in someone's shadow and offers him a 2015 WWE Hall of Fame spot if he leaves Team Cena. Show gets in Stephanie's face, and out comes Sheamus. Sheamus talks about the authority being gone. She says Sheamus has a passport issue, and it would be a shame if he had visa issues, forcing him to miss Survivor Series. Stephanie puts them in a one-on-one contenders match, number one contenders match right now. Number one contenders match right now. So I'm guessing that'll be. So I'm guessing whoever wins this match would this supposed match would face the winner out of Cena and Lesnar. They lock up. They're professional. They go at it, and it was good for what it was. It was just a Randy Orton match for me, anyway. It was like a Randy Orton match back when Sheamus and Randy Orton match, when the crowd just shit on it basically, and they started chanting JBL and Cole and "You're awesome" and all that, you know, which was the best Raw I've seen in a while, to be fair. Sheamus counters a chokeslam and hits the white noise and gets a 2 count. He catches the bro kick. It was a back and forth match, and then the Authority show up. Authority being Rusev and Mark Henry. Rusev nails Sheamus with a kick for the bell. After the bell, Rusev unloads on Show while Henry goes to Sheamus on the floor and tears apart the announce table. Henry puts Sheamus through the announce table with the World's Strongest Slam, and Rusev puts the submission hold on the Big Show, and they go to a commercial. So as it went on, I guess Sheamus was out of the match. More on that later. Nikki Bella versus AJ Lee. Back from the break, out comes Brie Bella dressed as AJ Lee. Mind games from the Bellas onto AJ Lee. Lillian Garcia says this is an exhibition. Nikki Bella is out. And finally, the real AJ Lee, the Divas champion, takes commentary and CM Punk chants that as the match begins. As we all know, AJ Lee is now Mrs. Punk. Brie doesn't fight back. And Nikki dominates. Nikki goes for the rack attack, but AJ distracts her and Brie rolls up Nikki for the win. Good grief. After the bell, Nikki attacks her sister, but AJ makes a save. Brie gets a big yes chant going and then drops Brie and then drops. But AJ, well, Brie gets a chant, yes, 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 and then AJ drops her with a DDT. Hopefully, this will all end at the Survivor Series. But the Divas title, again, more on that later. Commercial for WWE 2K15, which was out on the Tuesday in America. It is out this Friday in England, in the UK. Got my order, can't wait. And then we go to another vignette with Big E, this New Day vignette. Yeah, you work that one out yourselves. Cena's backstage and he approaches Ryback. Cena says WWE needs Ryback and asks if he put any thought into joining Team Cena. Cena walks off after trying to make Ryback guilty and convince him to join them. We see what happened with the wife and Ambrose earlier. Anyway, the Usos and Los Matadores versus Stardust, Goldust, Miz, and Damien Sandow. I guess this was a preview of the match that's coming up at the Survivor Series between these two teams. Except this wasn't an elimination match. Back from the break, and out comes the Usos after a plug for the WWE Tag Team title match at Survivor Series. We go to a commercial. Stardust ends up getting the win for his team after pinning one of the Usos. Yep, no match. And I believe, these two end up going into a match. These two teams, the four teams, it'll be an 8-man elimination match at the Survivor Series between these two teams. More on that later. Damn, I'm sounding nervous. Anyway, it is announced that Sheamus was injured and he will be out of the match later. He'll be out of the match at Survivor Series, yada, 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 yada. And it's now for the contract signing. Team Authority come out to the contracts for the contract signing. Two teams have words. Grumpy Cat, yada, 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 gets involved, blah, blah, blah. Team Authority, he calls out all the members. All the members come out for Team Authority. And then, just as it's thought, who was going to be joining Team Cena? Now, this is the one that got me odd. Right? On Team Authority, you had Seth Rollins, Kane, Rusev, Mark Henry, and Harper. They were all out full force. Cena came out on his own. Then Cena was out. Dolph Ziggler joined him. Big Show joined him. Now, this is the one that got me. Eric Rowan joined Team Cena. Yes, you heard me correct, guys. Eric Rowan joined Team Cena. Now, I'll get to that in a minute. That was the fourth member. And the fifth member, Ryback. Ryback agreed to join Team Cena, and then all hell broke loose. And then Ryback at a confrontation with Triple H. Cena's behind Triple H doing that. I think they attack. I think Triple H came in looking to pedigree Cena. Comes in a confrontation. That's what it was, yeah. Comes in a confrontation. Cena's behind him doing that. Cena turns round. AA. Well, Triple H turned round. Cena lifts him up for the AA. Puts him through a table. Exclamation point. Why did Eric Rowan join Team Cena? And is this a swerve? That's what I'm asking. Is this a swerve? Is Eric Rowan going to join Team Cena? Team Cena to swerve Cena? I don't think so. I don't know what the hell the future holds with this, but I will say this. I have to believe at some point during this match at the Survivor Series, I have to believe Randy Orton's going to play a part. Because people have always said, oh, he's away doing movies, he's away doing, movie roles and this, that. And technically that is true. But the story when Ambrose took a curb stomp into the bricks, into the cinder blocks, right? He returns at Night of Champions. Will Randy Orton show up at Survivor Series? I certainly hope so. That would be the best way to clarify the downfall. So many questions I need to ask. I have to believe that Orton will show up at Survivor Series and play some part in this. Will it happen? I guess we'll find out this Sunday on pay-per-view and the WWE Network as well. Other than that, guys, that is the end of the Raw review. I would have to say that for me, I gave Raw last week a 5.5 out of 10. I would probably have to say that was a 6 out of 10 for me. I like the way things were running. I don't like the fact that they screwed Ziggler. I don't like the fact that Grumpy Cat was on there. I don't like the Miz and Damien Sandow trying to suck up the Grumpy Cat. That's why I didn't talk about it. But I like the way they built towards the main event at the Survivor Series, because that's what the main focus was about. Instead of having unusually on occasions when they go have these like go-in Raws to leading into pay-per-views, they always have the announcers do it. There wasn't that much on this one, at least from my perspective. I think Survivor Series is shaping up to be a pretty good pay-per-view. Where would that go? I don't know. But like I said, 6 out of 10 is the Raw rating for me. Now to the Survivor Series predictions. Now, I'm going to start off with AJ Lee versus Nikki Bella. Now, this could work two ways. AJ could retain. But there's an issue with this, guys. If AJ retains, where does that leave the Divas Championship? Because it's been very vocal this past couple of weeks over the dirt sheets that it seems that AJ Lee is done with WWE after the Survivor Series. Now, does that open the door for Nikki Bella to be the Divas Champion? Is AJ going to drop the title to Nikki? And then this will lead into a feud between Nikki and Brie, and then she could drop it to Brie? I don't know about that. I believe my prediction is that AJ retains the championship because of Brie Bella costing Nikki her chance to become champion. Screwing Nikki, dropping Nikki out of the title. And I think AJ will lose it the next night on Raw if this contrasting belief. There we go. I knew it would come eventually, that word. What will happen? Who knows? Guess we'll have to wait and see, won't we, guys? But I predict Brie Bella will win. Not Brie Bella, AJ Lee, sorry, will win to retain, and Brie will play some part in costing Nikki Bella the championship. Now, I suppose I get this out the way. It is announced that a Divas match. Can you say Total Divas match? Yeah. A Total Divas match, I guess you could say, Survivor Series tradition match, is being announced. And the contestants for this match, on one team you've got Natalia, Alicia Fox, I believe that's Naomi, and Emma. Oh boy. Yes, the Pied Piper of Flowing Bubbles. And the other team, you got Paige, Cameron, Summer Rae, and Layla. Do you really want my prediction for this match? Because I don't think I'm going to. I predict for this match, this is a match for me. This is probably based off Total Divas. Doesn't surprise me because as I'm vocal right now, Total Divas is the building platform for the Divas division. I don't care what anyone says. I believe that the match will end up being Natalia's team winning, which is BS because I like Paige, but I also like Natalia too, and I think Natalia is probably the most underrated diva in the WWE. She deserves more, and I think Natalia's team will win that match. Bray Wyatt and Dean Ambrose. Sorry, Damian Ambrose. Wow. Sorry, I'm just thinking of the four-way tag team match. I'll get to that in a minute. Dean Ambrose. If you guys are going to tune into this pay-per-view to see this match and expect a wrestling match, don't. Yes, it's one-on-one. Yes, there's no cage surrounding them or whatever. But it's going to be a fight. There may be some wrestling, but the majority of the match will end up being a fight. Now, who benefits getting this victory? Will this feud continue after it? Are they going to have this feud up until Survivor Series? Are they going to have this feud up until WrestleMania? I believe they should do that. They should have these two fight. Build it from now, from what you've done up until now. Continue with it and build it right the way through to WrestleMania, because I believe these two could have an epic match at WrestleMania if it's done properly and booked right. As for my prediction, considering the way Bray Wyatt has been these past couple of weeks as far as pushing the buttons for Dean Ambrose and talking about his father and that, I would have to say Dean Ambrose wins this match. I hope this feud continues. And like I said, I think I said this on the podcast with Vicky Earls was on. Shout out Vicky. Happy birthday, by the way. You already got my message and everything, I know. I would have to say that Dean Ambrose wins this match. I hope they continue this feud, because if you think the Dean Ambrose and Seth Rollins feud was something, this could be even better than that feud. And that's not a knock on Seth. But you've got the lunatic fringe, and you've got a crazy bastard in Bray Wyatt. Dare I say more? I mean, I could see a Hell in a Cell match between these two at some point, but Dean Ambrose has already had a Hell in a Cell match. Maybe a cage match between the two, probably. I don't know. I don't know how WWE is going to book this match, but I guess we'll find out after the pay-per-view on Raw. Will this match still continue? I don't know. Will this feud still continue, rather? I don't know. But up until then, my prediction for the match is Dean Ambrose. Now we get to the four-way tag team match. Yes, I thought this was actually an elimination match. It's not. It is a fatal four-way tag team match for the tag team championships. You have got the champions, Goldust and Stardust. No, Gold and Stardust. It's Goldust and Stardust, for Pete's sake. You've got Los Matadores. You've got the Usos, and you've got Miz and Mizdow. My prediction for this match is Stardust and Gold. If the Usos win, I won't be disappointed. If anybody's expecting Los Matadores to win, you're going to be disappointed. I don't see them getting a title run anytime soon. And the thought, I don't know whether to like Miz and Mizdow or not. I don't even know when to like Damien Sandow at the moment. I mean, people say he's funny, the copying that he does with Miz and that. I don't know what the hell to make of it, but I'll tell you this right now, the thought of Miz and Mizdow become tag team champions scares the shit out of me. It really does. It frightens me where the tag team division in WWE will go with Miz and Mizdow becoming tag team champions. Will it be good for Mizdow? Yes. Damien Sandow? Yes, it would. It would be good for him. Will it be good for Miz? I don't know. Don't really care. But it would benefit Sandow. Will it happen? I don't see it happening. That's why I'm predicting Miz, Stardust, and Goldust to retain. And since there's only 5 matches according to the website WWE.com, I might as well go into main event. Team Cena, you've got John Cena, Dolph Ziggler, Big Show, Eric Rowan, and Ryback against Team Authority, which is Seth Rollins, Kane, Rusev, Mark Henry, and Luke Harper. My prediction for this is this will be the end of the Authority. The Authority will go down. And like I said earlier on in the Raw predictions, in the Raw review, I will have to say that Randy Orton, I have to believe that Randy Orton is going to play some part in this. Team Authority once and for all. Randy Orton. At some point, he's going to come down during the match towards the end and cost Team Authority the victory. It's got to be. They didn't have him join Team Cena, so at some point, he's going to come in like a Kurt Angle. Like what Kurt Angle, even though Kurt Angle was part of Team, I believe it was Team Alliance back in 2001, he came down. Everybody thought he was going to help Stone Cold in the Alliance Survivor Series in 2001. Everybody thought he was going to help Stone Cold. Everybody thought he was going to help Stone Cold. He didn't. He whacked Stone Cold with the title belt, took the belt, ran, and Rock won the match. I believe Orton's going to come in. He's going to come in through the crowd. He's going to be dressed up. He has to be dressed up as somebody. What? I don't know. But there's so many ways to compare this out and have this out to a point where Orton comes in and screws Team Authority. But I don't know how it's going to pan out. But all I have to believe at some point, Team Cena is going to win and Team Authority, Randy Orton, will play some part in the demise of Team Authority. I have to believe that. I have to believe it. And I know you guys have your own opinions on that. And if you do, let me know in the comments below on YouTube and that. You have your own opinions of what's going to happen. But I have to believe that Orton's going to play some part in the demise of Team Authority and Authority in general. So I'm going for Team Cena to win this match. Make sure you tune in, though, this coming Sunday on pay-per-view and the WWE Network. Now, that is the end of it, and I'm going to talk about a few things. There's a few things I want to talk about in WWE in general as well. If you're in the Middlesbrough area, this is new to me, this live stream. If you've just tuned in, you know, you can see this on YouTube. It'll be up on YouTube, so you haven't missed much. I believe this is, where's the WWE going to go once Team Authority is going? You know, if Team Authority loses this Sunday at Survivor Series, where the heck is WWE going to go? If, say, they were to lose, is there rumors true that from what I've been reading, Mick Foley's coming back to be general manager of Raw? You know, is this the reason why they're trying to get rid of the Authority so they can bring Foley back in? Because there's a lot of rumors going around that Foley came back into WWE, and him and WWE came up to some sort of agreement. He wasn't too keen about being asked if he was going to be the general manager. But now he's had a change of mind, a change of heart even. Is he going to be the general manager? Will he be the next man to take the role on Raw and SmackDown and be in charge? I would like to see that myself, but I don't think it's going to happen anytime soon. Also, as well, Daniel Bryan, apparently, from what his injury status, from what I got on Wrestle Talk TV, there's a possible chance he may very well miss. It's a possibility. It's not confirmed. He might miss WrestleMania. He's hoping to be back in time for WrestleMania. This injury that he has is dragging out, and it's not looking good for him at the moment. Also, a favorite of mine, Wade Barrett's, Bad News Barrett's injuries being delayed, although I think he'll be on Sunday's pre-show at the pay-per-view. But apparently he won't be in the ring anytime soon. He was hoping to be back for Liverpool, the Liverpool show. Show in Liverpool at least, but that wasn't to be. So God knows when he's coming back, which is a shame. I'm a big Bad News Bear fan. A big Bryan Danielson fan. So it doesn't look good for them two at this point in time. I guess they'll be back. They might be back at the Royal Rumble. I don't know. Who knows? Never say that. But at the moment, from what I'm hearing, it doesn't look good for Daniel Bryan or Bad News Barrett as far as their injuries go, as far as healing up and getting back in the ring. What else can I talk about? Oh, yeah. The Wrestling Matters podcast, ladies and gentlemen. That's right. The podcast that I host each and every Monday on Podomatic, Stitcher Radio, iTunes. You can hear it on there. You can hear it on YouTube, on the YouTube page that you're on right now. Subscribe to it, whatever that is there. Subscribe to it. The subscribe button in the corner if you're seeing this on YouTube. Subscribe to it. I don't know where I'm going here. I'm going that way or anything. I don't know. I've got a very special interview in the pipelines. I got word on Facebook that somebody offered this, recommended that I get in touch with somebody to do an interview, and I've got in touch with a person, and I've agreed, and he's agreed to it. Now, I'm not going to give you the name of the guy who I've got, but he's very, how can I put this? He's a member of a famous wrestling family. I guess you could say that, because since he's related. to them. His uncle is probably the greatest. I believe it's his uncle. I believe it is. I might be wrong about that. If I'm wrong, I apologize. But a certain member of this family, let's say, was probably one of my idols growing up, one of my guys I used to like watching, and probably the greatest technicians and greatest storytellers of all time. But I'll leave you to figure that out. And with that being said, ladies and gentlemen, I guess this has been 45 minutes, so that's all I've got to say. Hope you've enjoyed this. Leave a like, subscribe to my channel on AJW Wrestling Matters. Leave a like, subscribe, and all that, and support this and support my channel. And check out my other channel as well, Games Matter. I play games and that. And hope you've enjoyed this. Hope you enjoyed this as well. Like I say, if you have any opinions, anything, leave it in the comments box underneath, under there, and I'll read them out as best I can. Hopefully I can do this again. Hopefully I will do this again. And this was just a last minute thing, guys. So I'm sorry if I didn't promote this very well. This was just a last minute thing, a little test, if you will, to try out and see what it's like. And will I do this regularly? Will I do this often? We shall see. Hopefully so, but you know, I'm always in the mood for trying something new out. One more thing before I go, ladies and gentlemen, as well. If you're in the Middlesbrough area, if you can get to Colby Newham, December 20th, TNA Wrestling superstar Bram will be appearing at the EPW show. Now, I've mentioned this on the podcast as well. I also found out as well from looking at the commercial, the article, the picture thing, as they all sell, where they sell the shows on, the advert, if you will. Mason Ryan's going to show up too. That's right, former WWE superstar Mason Ryan will be involved apparently. So TNA's Bram will make an appearance. I would imagine he'd be wrestling, and Mason Ryan will be appearing as well. So EPW. December 20th, tickets are £10, unless you can get a good deal. But apparently tickets are £10. I would imagine that's probably £30 for a family. I don't know. So if you can get to the Middlesbrough area, or you're in the Middlesbrough area, get yourself the Colby Newham, December 20th, and check out the show. Because it'll be worth it. I believe it's an EPW Christmas special, apparently. I would imagine so, since it's 5 days before Christmas. So be sure to check that out. Until next time, ladies and gentlemen, I am Anthony Walker. Hope you've enjoyed this. Let me know if you want to see me do more of these live streams. Like I said, this was a last-minute thing, so I didn't promote it very well. But let me know if this worked out for you. And if so, I will promote it in a better content next time around. But I just came up with the idea, and I thought it would be a cool idea to do it. So until next time, ladies and gentlemen, my name is Anthony Walker, the host of the Wrestling Matters podcast. Until next time, peace out. Wrestling Matters, wrestling fans.